Hello and welcome to this Astranti CPD YouTube video on the top 3 cyber threats that every accountant needs to understand. Let's start the video with some good news, considering that the title is a bit scary, and that is that technology has never given finance professionals more power than it does today. Cloud accounting has given us real-time access to data, automation has eliminated countless manual processes, and of course, AI can help us analyze information faster, generate insights, and automate those routine tasks that once consumed hours of our day. And so the finance function is becoming faster, smarter, and more strategic than ever before. But here comes the bad news, and that is that every technological breakthrough comes with a trade-off. The same technologies helping finance teams to become more productive are also helping cybercriminals become more sophisticated. And that's created a new reality where cybersecurity is no longer just an IT issue, it's now a finance issue too. Because modern cybercriminals aren't just targeting servers, they're targeting payments, they're targeting supply relationships, they're targeting financial data, and ultimately they're targeting money. And so as finance professionals, we're increasingly the last line of defense. So in this video, we're going to look at the 3 biggest cyber threats facing accountants today, why they matter, and what practical steps you can take to reduce the risk. So without any further ado, let's get started, starting with threat number 1, which is AI deepfakes and business email compromise. Now, imagine receiving an urgent call from your CFO. They look like your CFO, they sound like your CFO, and they tell you that an urgent acquisition needs to complete today and authorize a large payment immediately. But only later do you discover that the CFO was never actually on the call. Instead, it was an AI-generated deepfake. Now, this might sound like science fiction and something where you say, no, that could never happen to me, but it is already happening. AI has dramatically lowered the barrier for cybercriminals to create convincing fake voices, videos, and messages. And when combined with business email compromise, the results can be devastating. Criminals can now mimic executives, suppliers, and colleagues with remarkable accuracy. Their emails look genuine, their language sounds really authentic, and their requests appear legitimate. And so what this means is the traditional warning signs are disappearing. And so the key lesson here is that you must never just trust a request because it simply comes from a trusted person. You must always verify significant payment requests or any bank detail changes or anything sensitive using an independent communication channel. Now, threat number 2 is AI-powered fraud and synthetic identities. Now, this one sounds like something out of a sci-fi novel too, but again, it's a very real risk today, as historically, fraudsters needed to steal an identity, whereas today, they actually have the ability to create one. Using AI, criminals can generate convincing fake businesses, fake websites, fake documentation, and even fake company directors. And these are known as synthetic identities. So imagine onboarding a new supplier and the website looks legitimate, the documentation checks out, the director attends a video call, and the invoices all appear genuine. But once again, you probably know what's coming. None of it is real. The entire supplier has been manufactured using AI. And once approved, fraudulent invoices begin arriving and payments disappear into criminal-controlled accounts. And this is why traditional supplier onboarding procedures are no longer enough. Finance teams must strengthen due diligence, validate suppliers independently, and incorporate cyber risk into procurement decisions. Because in the AI era, appearances can be dangerously misleading. And now on to the final threat, threat number 3, which is supply chain cyber risk. Now, this threat catches many organizations by surprise, as you might have excellent cybersecurity, your systems may be secure, and your controls may be very robust. But what about your suppliers? In today's connected economy, organizations share data with payroll providers, software vendors, logistics partners, consultants, and of course outsourced service providers. And if one of these organizations suffers a cyber breach, your business can become exposed too. Think of it like securing your own house while leaving your neighbor's door wide open. This is known as inheritance risk. When you work with suppliers, you effectively inherit part of their cybersecurity posture, and so a weak supplier can actually become the entry point for a major incident. And that's why leading organizations increasingly assess supplier cyber maturity before signing any contracts and regularly review cyber controls throughout the relationship. And so the days of assessing suppliers solely on cost, quality, and service are over. Cybersecurity now belongs on the checklist too. So what's the key takeaway from all these threats? Well, the biggest cyber threats facing accountants today are no longer purely technical. They're financial, they're operational, and they're actually increasingly human. Deepfakes exploit trust, synthetic identities exploit weak controls, and supply chain attacks exploit interconnected businesses. Now, the accountants who understand these risks and how they work won't just be protecting their organizations. They'll be the ones becoming the finance leaders that organizations need in an increasingly digital world. And so if you'd like to take a dive deeper into these topics, including AI-powered cyber threats, supply chain resilience, cyber governance, and practical defense frameworks, take a look at our new CPD course, Cybersecurity in the AI Era, available on the Astranti CPD platform. You'll find all the links in the description below, including the link to the Astranti CPD monthly subscription, where you can access a whole range of CPD courses with over 700 hours of verifiable CPD. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.